Good evening. Good evening, all of you. A warm welcome, all of you, from the Time family. And today's session is on advantages of starting the CAT preparation early. So, I mean, that's an important topic and an interesting one as well. Sometimes it's, difficult to convince students because a lot of students, they may feel that they have enough time and, you know, probably one can start late as well in June, July, and in 3, 4 months crack the examination. Of course, we don't doubt that. It depends on the unique qualities of students actually. So generally speaking, my dear students, the topic of today is of uh, a great importance to a vast number of students who would need some time to work on their abilities, their skills, their knowledge, and overall grooming as well. Because see, CAT, when you say CAT, it's not just the entrance examination. We don't just look at it as the entrance exam only. It's about getting into the IIMs. So please understand that part also. So if you start preparing for the examination, it's not about just the exam. It is also about cracking the exam in the first level and then going to the second level, which is interviews, GDs, if there are some GDs at some places, extempore, essay writing. There are a lot of things involved actually. So the idea is, how do get to your dream college? So that's the basic idea. How do get to wherever you want to be? And of course, after 2 years of MBA, you reach your dream company, then move ahead in your life. So it's more about the holistic thing rather than just the exam itself. So I hope people understood the importance of the topic for the day. So let us look at, see, when you look at any exam, which has questions based on aptitude. So any exam. So of course, the first question is why that exam? That question is a very pertinent, very important question. That why this examination? So why at all I need to take an exam to be at a good college? That question is there. And then a lot of people would say that, see, these are qualifying exams. So if you qualify, then you get the seat. Agreed. Partly, yes. That point is valid. That, okay, this is a qualifying examination. You qualified and then you get a seat. Very well understood by all of us. Qualify this, pass the exam, you get a seat at the reputed IIMs and other places. Fine. Now, if you look at the the basic motto, motive, I would say, uh, behind taking the examination. Why would anybody test you? Just try to think on that aspect, and then you would get a very practical answer, a very practical answer to this. And that practical answer is to elevate myself. So that's the practical answer. I need to elevate myself. Yes, agreed that people would say that, okay, the exam will help me get a seat. That is definitely agreed upon. But what is more important is that I'll elevate myself if I prepare for this examination. And why do I say that? That I would elevate myself if I prepare for this examination? Because whatever is the requirement, you know, of a B school for somebody to attend the classes can be fulfilled only when I go through the rigors of preparation, actually. So it's more about, if I prepare well, I'm helping myself. I'm improving my knowledge. I'm improving my overall abilities, skills, so that I become somebody who is ready to start the classes. It's like If I give you an analogy or a basic comparison, what if I need to enter a boxing ring and need to fight a boxer? And I mean, see, I'm a lean person, so I need to enter that ring and I need to fight somebody. So think on it. If I go today and fight the boxer, probably एक हिट में भाई मैं गिर जाऊंगा, खत्म कहानी. बार मुझे एक दो तीन चार वो रेफरी वुड से 10 and I would not be able to get up and then hospital सीधा. So the point I'm trying to tell you is that, see, to enter that ring, I need to work on myself. You know, the body building and everything comes into picture, so that I'm ready for that ring. So that B school, the place where I'll groom myself, where I'll in fact, you know, uh, try to fulfill my dreams and ambitions. That'll be the stepping stone probably to my long-term goals. So am I ready for that or not? So I think that becomes a very crucial point at this juncture, that we need to understand from the perspective of an aspirant that, see, I'm going to take this examination. This will help me improve. This will make me ready for the B school. And when I enter a B school, I study over there for 2 years. They are readying me for what? For the actual world, corporate world, the corporate scenario, the decision making, the pressure, the time management, everything else. So if I change that perspective while I'm preparing for the examination, I tell you my chances of succeeding in the exam is more. And there you need time. Here you need time. I mean, both the ways. I mean, both the time. So one time, of course, is the time. I mean, to improve myself in terms of my skills. Skills actually may take more time than increasing the knowledge. Knowledge can be improved or increased, in few months. I can pick a book and then study hard, and then I can improve my knowledge. But then when I talk of skill, skill may take more time. And here it is about the reasons behind why they take aptitude tests. They take aptitude tests so that they can understand whether I am fit to, kind of justify my role later on, whatever roles I get in future, whether I'm able to justify that role or not. That's why these days they have started a new, I mean, of course, it has been a long time, aptitude test, general, tests of your mental ability, the way you understand English, the way you read, for example, the way you answer questions in maths, quant, or solve reasoning puzzles and all. So syllabus is not a big problem as such over here, because syllabus is very general syllabus till class 10th mostly. Some of it may be from class 11th or 12th. But what is the big thing over here is that it is not defined. The kind of questions they'll give you in the examination is not very well defined. Okay, this book you read and you get the questions from here. No, you may not have that kind of book. You may get some similar questions, but then you may not get the same question, something of that sort. So mental ability kind of thing. So you need to sit in the examination and think probably, and then get to the right answers. So that's where people need a good 7, 8, 9 months to prepare. So this is already, say, January, mid, we've crossed it. I mean, it's 21st, 22nd. So probably from today, if I look at November, so around 9 months probably you would have approximately. So something close to 8 to 9 months, probably, maybe, I cannot say a good enough time, but then I would say ample time for somebody who is an average plus student. Somebody who's very weak may need maybe more time. And somebody who is very strong, somebody who is aware of everything, who knows a lot, may need, say, uh, maybe 6, 7 months as well. So it depends on your own unique qualities. And see, here I'll not be the judge. You'll have to be your judge. You'll have to be your judge. At the end of it, when you talk of aptitude in all these different types of examination which we have these days, one thing is very sure, that one has to prepare. Preparation is mandatory. You cannot go there and just crack the examination. You need to understand the types of questions. You need to understand the competition, so many things. So I hope you understood that why they give you questions based on aptitude. They want to know you as a person. How do you handle stress? How do you handle time based on the role you would like to play in future? Oh, I want to become a CEO of a company. Of course, that's a great ambition. But understand the kind of pressure that person with that hefty package, holds on the shoulder, or probably responsibilities on the shoulder and pressure, uh, in the mind. So you need to go through this rigor of 1 year of preparation, more or less, 2 years of MBA, and then slowly move up the ladder in the corporate. So that kind of thing, right? So to understand the journey, of course, we need to understand the destination as well, because this journey of 8, 9, 10 months will lead to this destination. So probably the destination right now is CAT 2024. So that's the destination right now. Sorry, 2026. Just a second. Okay. So, but then to aim for 2026, you need to look at 2025 as well. That, okay, what was the paper like in 2025? And then you can slowly think of, yes, if I get something of similar nature in 2026, how do I work on it? On what areas do I need to prepare? So that kind of plan one can have while preparing. So 2025, the types of questions, they were based on maths, English, reasoning, as you can see in the slide itself. So VRC is English, LRDI, logical reasoning and data interpretation. QA is quantitative ability, so mathematics. So these three basic broader areas in the examination. You get +3 for every right answer and -1 for every wrong answer. So see, look at the whole pattern of the examination, which means I cannot just go there and attempt everything. So I have to be careful. I mean, to use that decision-making abilities of mine, what to attempt, what not to attempt, something of that sort. And plus, there may be some questions based on type in the answer, theta, we call it theta, or non-MCQ based questions where you don't have options. So there I need to decide whether I should do those questions or I should leave those questions. If I get it wrong, I don't get a -1 there. So there is no penalty if I attempt those kind of questions where there are no options, right? Okay. So the whole pattern of last year. Last year also was very, almost the same. Number of theta questions were slightly different. So now, how do I prepare for these kind of exams where they ask me general questions on English? It can be passages, it can be paragraphs. They may ask me to read a passage, answer some questions based on the passage. Now here, RC, if I say reading comprehension, my dear friends, see, if I'm in practice, if I read regularly, the way I look at the passage would be very different if I compare that with somebody who is not prepared at all and then comes and sit for the examination and wants to attempt a passage. Thinking that, hey, what's there in a passage? There are paragraphs and there are some questions. I can read it and answer it then and there. What big deal? Some people, they think like that as well. But here, please keep in mind, it's not 8th, 9th, or 10th kind of RCs they give you in the exam. Plus, what is more challenging is is the type of questions they ask, the type of questions. They're not very direct. Answers may not be there in the passage. See, a lot of cases, I tell you, my dear friends, you may need to mark something which is not directly written in the passage rather than mark something which is given in the passage. Otherwise, normally, what's the tendency? Please tell me. You get to see a passage, you have a question, I'll look for the answers in the passage itself and try to mark something which is there. But here, I'm telling you entirely different thing. That in a lot of cases, you may need to mark something which is not there in the passage and eliminate something which is there in the passage. So here they test your skill. Here they test your understanding of the question itself. The questions may have words like inference. The questions may have words like assumption. What is the assumption made by the author? Or what is implicit in this paragraph? Something like that. So here it's not about directly finding the answer. यहाँ पर थोड़ा वो skill वाली बात आ जाती है. Do I know how to eliminate options? Have I practiced enough passages? Oh, this passage is on science, particularly say biology for that matter. Am I comfortable reading something on, say, gene editing or cloning for that matter, or DNA, RNA, or or something which pertains to, say, biology for that matter? Or it can be any other area, economics or business or geography for that matter. So, see, we're talking of diverse fields, diverse areas. And in the exam, the passages can be from any damn area. They can give it to you from anywhere. It can be about the Mayan culture, which was there in the passage. It can be about nanotechnology, which was there in the CAT examination. Last year, they asked about the some tribal laws, which was there in the CAT examination. It can range from arts to commerce to science to current affairs to anything. So imagine the kind of reading one has to do. Can that be done in 1 or 2, 3 months? A lot of times they ask particular, you know, phrase or idiom or words from, they'll pick that word from the passage and they'll ask you the meaning of that word. It can be contextual, that's agreed, contextual meaning. But my dear friends, even to understand the contextual meaning, I may need to know something about the word itself. So vocabulary then becomes again a very crucial part. So please tell me, can I improve my vocabulary in 2 months or 3 months? What if I do some 3,000 words or 5,000 words in those 3 months? Say 5,000 words in 3 months. But whatever came in the examination was not there in my list of 5,000 words. And that can easily happen, I tell you. That can easily happen. It takes time to understand, the whole variety of words. It takes time. It cannot be just done in 1 or 2 months. So people who start early, they have that advantage. They'll be there for more number of months during that whole preparation thing. They'll be there for more number of months. Reading, while you assimilate everything you read, it takes time. Being comfortable with all the different areas, working on the speed, how to locate answers, what are the different types of questions which come in the examination. There's a lot to do, actually. Though there are no direct grammar questions in the examination, but then grammar also forms a good portion of overall English, I would say. For that also, you may need a lot of practice. In the VA section, verbal ability particularly, they ask you verbal reasoning questions, which means what? The questions can be about a paragraph arranged in a random manner, and you may be asked to arrange that paragraph in a particular order, which makes a lot of Okay. So that's where these kind of VA questions, they are more like puzzles. They're more like puzzles, arranging statements in a particular order. So knowledge is important, but then the skill to know which sentence would follow which sentence, which one should be the starting line, which is the last line. So these all things, they require a lot of practice. So at the end of it, what I'm trying to tell you is that it's more about skill. LRDI is, see, totally about skills. We're talking logical reasoning, puzzles and all. See, they'll not give you the same puzzle which is there in the book every time. So you need to develop that ability to understand data given in front of you. More so, how to use the given data to get to the answers to whatever questions they ask me. So that kind of thing, right? QA, QA, yes, of course, it is based on formula, it is based on concepts. So quant, slightly, I would say 50-50. So 50% it's about knowledge, 50% is about application. But mostly VARC and LRDI, it is all about skill development. And skill develop करने के लिए आपको time लगेगा. You need time to develop your skills. So please understand that. I hope that makes some sense. So early start karna is definitely a very good idea for these kind of setup which you get in the examination, CAT particularly. So see, these are the areas. I mean, English, maths, logical reasoning, data interpretation. You have general knowledge, general awareness is also there, part of the examination, I would say. Okay, in most exams, it may not be in the written, but you'll definitely encounter this in the second level during your GDs and PIs and essay writing and all the other things. Psychometric test, if you look at, so psychometric is about your interview preparation actually, that how do you tackle the questions. Sometimes they may ask you situation based questions. Sometimes the questions may be very personal. For example, when was the last time you cried? How do I react to this question? Should I tell them honestly that, okay, it was yesterday or today morning before the exam or whatever? How do I answer? So a lot of times they would like to see your mindset, the way you present yourself, your behavior and all. So even that forms a part of the examination itself, though you may not have a direct section based on this in so many exams. But I tell you, in the second level, during the form filling of the calls, once they give you a call, there is a form they give you. There they may have these kind of questions, which you may need to answer actually, right? And of course, group discussions, interviews, you need to really work a lot on your overall personality. It will not happen that once you crack the exam in November, December you get the results, January you get the call, say January end or February first week. And then you plan it in such a manner that let me first of all prepare for CAT till November. Once I get the result in December, then I'll start preparing on interviews and GDs and extempore and other things. Does it sound good? Is it a good idea? A big no. It's not a good idea. Because doing all the GK of the last 6 months will require a lot of hard work. I mean, you cannot do it in 10 days or 5 days. You'll have to be regular from now onwards. Reading newspapers regularly, monthly GK, everything has to be done from now onwards, right? So understand these aspects, and then you can surely understand that you would need time to prepare for these kind of entrance exams, and it's more about skills. Even essay writing part, WAT they call it, essay writing. You need to fine tune yourself while you write. Plus, your writing or your essay will carry weight only when you give a lot of examples to substantiate your points. And to generate those kind of examples, you need to be a well-read person. So there also GK comes into picture. So this is the whole process, and one has to start working on it from the very early stages so that you become, better by October, November, and come out with flying colors. Successful, of course. So quant, maths, problem solving, data interpretation, data sufficiency. English, you have verbal ability, you get passages. Reasoning, you get critical reasoning, analytical reasoning. See, a lot of times, a lot of aspirants, they are unaware of this aspect called critical reasoning. It is very new thing for them, most of them. Which of the following strengthens the author's argument except? A lot of students must not have come across these kind of questions during their 8, 9, 10 English or even 11, 12th. And these kind of questions are asked in the examination. So they're called critical reasoning. So which means there are certain new elements also to the examination, which people might not have studied at all prior to this preparation. So to tackle those new so-called new type of questions, again, you would need some time. So an early starter, an early bird will definitely have an advantage in terms of completing the whole syllabus, uh, understanding the nuances of the examination, taking a lot of mocks, analyzing them, getting to know the weaknesses, working on the weaknesses. So it is a kind of a process which has to repeat itself. So it cannot happen that I go and take the examination. You have to take a lot of mocks in between. And then the other mock, and then the next mock. It's like that. And in between two mocks, I prepare myself. I work on myself. So a lot of retake, I would say, restart, retake, that kind of thing will happen during this whole preparation. Plugging the loopholes, working on the drawbacks. A lot of things happens actually. You may need to talk to the uh, team over here at time, maybe teachers, counselors to help you out. Where am I going wrong? What should be my strategy? So a lot of things come into picture. So you'll see ups and downs and here. So that kind of work has to be done, right? So thereby somebody has to start early for preparing for these kind of exams. See, at the end of it, a lot of people may have different opinion about the exam. They would say, hey, exam is very tough. Oh, it's very difficult. People may have different opinions. They would say, oh, cutoffs are very high. Oh, there is no fixed pattern. Anything can come in the exam. You need to manage your time. You need to solve questions in 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds or 1 minute. So people may have a lot to tell you, but then I tell you, when you come in the system, once you get to know the reality, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Though all the things I said is, you know, partially or partly true or, partly wrong. But I tell you, once you get to know the reality, because reality is very different from whatever you see over here on this slide. Definitely there is intense competition, agreed. But see how many people seriously prepare for the exam. Okay, they can give you any pattern. But whatever they give you, easy, tough, whatever paper, everybody is in the same boat. So why to worry? If the paper is tough, cutoffs will go down. If it is easy, cutoffs may go up. Don't be very happy if you see an easy paper. Don't be very sad if you see a tough paper. अरे सभी दुखी है ना, टफ है तो कम करेंगे क्वेश्चंस, कटऑफ्स नीचे जाने का चांस हो सकता है, राइट? So see, if you look at all these aspects and even time management, it depends on number of questions you attempt, that how much time you have per question. 40 minutes for 24 questions. For example, in English, you get 40 minutes for 24 questions, but then it depends on how many questions you attempt and the allocation of time for different questions. That'll decide your marks, your strategy of what I know, what I don't know, what to do, what to not do. Rather than attempting all the 24, I may attempt in 16 or 18 questions, for example. And in that case, 16 questions in 40 minutes, I have more time per question. in comparison with 24 questions in 40 minutes. So time management depends on number of questions I attempt. Plus there may be some scanning time which I need to give. अगर क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना वो थोड़ा उस time को I'll have to use it, right? So the reality is that you have ample time, though it is uncertain, but then certain things are fixed. Competition, yes, not everybody is serious about the exam. So that's the reality. So difficulty level is more or less 10th level chapters of maths, maybe speed time, percentage profit, all those basic, maybe something from 11th, 12th. If you practice regularly, if you are in touch, you can beat anybody. It's not though I need to be very intelligent to crack the examination. No. With rigorous work, with regular practice, an average student can crack the examination, and they do it every year. At the end of it, it's about my choices I make in the examination, what to do, what not to do, right? So it's about my choices. Easy question का भी number 3 है, tough question का भी 3 ही number है. Now again, look at another point over here. Tough question 3 marks, easy question 3 marks. Now it's your choice. What do you want to do? Pick all the tough ones and get your marks, or pick all the easy and moderate ones and get your marks. Your choice. Think on it, right? So here I need to be smart. That's crucial. Fine. So see, the kind of advantages which you may have as an early bird, I would say somebody who starts early, it will build a strong foundation in all these 3 areas. A strong foundation. You'll be able to revise it so many times. Right? You'll reduce the last minute stress and panic before the exam. Oh, I've not done that chapter. I've not done this. Oh, I've not taken mocks. If somebody has only 3-4 months to prepare, they are not even able to complete the whole syllabus. So when will you take mocks? When will you analyze it? How will you work on your weaknesses? I mean, all those things will remain. Yes or no? So avoid that kind of last minute rush. It's about your career, right? Career, we're talking about 30, 40 years of my life. I need to get into top IIMs. So let me give enough time. Let me do justice to the exam. I need to respect the exam, right? Exam, CAT. I mean, I need to respect the exam. So if you start early, it gives you more time to improve weak areas gradually. Through regular practice and better time management, you'll be able to score more. Go to anybody, talk to them, your seniors, people who have made it to the IIMs and all. Hey, sir, what should I do for English? Oh, read a lot of novels, practice passages every day, do 20, 30 words every day. That kind of thing they would say. And that would take time. If you start early, it increases accuracy for sure. And that is very crucial. And speed as well. The exam is about speed. You have 40 minutes, 24 questions, 40 minutes, 22 questions, 40 minutes, 22 questions. English, reasoning, maths, if I talk of. Right? If you are a fast reader, you'll be able to attend more number of questions. And if you practiced enough, your accuracy will be high. So do you agree that one has to start early to be at an advantage later on? If you start early, you'll be able to take more number of mock tests. We at T.I.M.E over here, we in a way give you 2 test series. One we call aimcat, the other one we call SAMcat, or aimcat essay we call it. So 25 all India mock here and around 25 to 30 all India SAMcat. So you're talking of some 55 all India mocks, full length tests. To analyze those tests, you would require around 6 to 8 hours per test. And then you have to finish the syllabus to be ready for those tests. Imagine. We give you a lot of sectional tests, hundreds of them. Basic tests, intermediate level tests, and advanced tests. We give you a lot of booklets to complete. So you need time to finish off all these things. Right? We're talking of the top times. I'm sure people understand this part, that yes, one has to start early to be at a better level or a better uh, position to crack the examination. I hope makes sense, right? Okay. So a lot of times, people say that, okay, I have my college projects, I need to go to college. Some Delhi university says that, oh, your attendance is mandatory, compulsory, 75% attendance. So many things are there. Once you're in the final year, what happens? People would say, "Arey, you need to complete this project, this much marks for this, practical, so many things, internships, placements, a lot of things come into picture. So then people start thinking, oh, I'll give a gap year. I was unable to manage both my college and preparation. I mean, so why did you not start in your pre-final year? Is it not a very pertinent thing? Why did you not start in your pre-final year then? When you knew that in the final year you'll have a lot of things to do. And yes, colleges are important. You cannot just ignore college. College. You'll have to score well in your college. Why? Because even at this level CAT and other exams, your graduation marks carry some weightage. Your 10th, 12th marks may also carry some weightage. So you cannot give that a backseat totally. That may be another reason why I should have started at least a year back, from the date of the examination. Right? Of course, for CAT 2026, it's not late still, I would say. January, February. Of course, this is, the time to start working on your preparation. See, if you start early, you'll be more confident. You'll see the progress. You'll have better chance of scoring high and getting into the top IIMs, which may need more percentile. See, for top IIMs, you need anywhere around 98, 99 percentile. For the new IIMs, any day more than 95 percentile. Even for baby IIMs, you need more than 90, 92 percentile. So these days, we have a lot of 22 IIMs around. Fine. So starting early will give you better chance of scoring high and getting to your dream college. And it'll also develop that discipline in you. Right? If you want to become a cricketer, for example, then one has to practice a lot for years. A footballer probably practices for years and then becomes good at it. The same thing over here. Right? So one has to be disciplined, consistent. That's very crucial. Right? So looking at the syllabus, you can definitely understand that, I mean, I don't say that they'll give you a direct question based on antonym, synonym every time. But the point is, what if they give me a very new word and I don't know anything about it? And I may need to find out the meaning of that word from the options given to me. I need to be smart enough, intelligent enough to make an intelligent guess and mark the right answer. Oh, ante, ante. So ante has a meaning. It means before. Oh, it's a root, ante, antecedent, anterior, antenna. Oh, antediluvian also should mean something before, prehistoric, ancient. See, that kind of clue you need to figure out. But then how do I figure out those clues if I don't know much about the roots? Right? say some exams may ask grammar questions, and probably grammar is indirectly needed in the exam, whether they give you direct questions or not, but then you need it to understand statements, to interpret it, and to mark your choice when the options are very close. The structure almost is same. How do I differentiate? So there you would need some grammar, some vocabulary. Otherwise, how do you get to the best option? All right. So questions may be simple sometimes. Even in maths or reasoning, they may ask you a simple question. Oh, ABCD is a 4-digit number. Multiply that by 4, the number reverses. It becomes DCBA. So what should be the value of A? And then they give you 1, 2, 3, 4 as option. Whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you don't know any value. A, B, C, D, it's a number, some natural number. They're different, A, B, C, D. You multiply that by 4, the number reverses, the answer is DCBA. And you need to find the value of it. See, it becomes more like a mental ability question rather than a pure maths question. But the fundamentals I need to use over here maybe of class 6th, 7th only, multiplication. But I have to think on how do I find the value of A. And I can see A at 2 places. One is here in the answer, and one is here in the question. And when 4 is multiplied by D, I get A, which means A has to be an even number. So see, basic logic you need to go, even number. So 1, 2, 3, 4 may, it cannot be 1 and 3, it has to be 2 or 4. Something of that sort. So a lot of times that kind of thought process, may need some time to develop. That क्या सोचना है, कैसे सोचना है, क्या डेटा अवेलेबल है, क्या पता करना है, तो थोड़ा टाइम लगता है उसको करने में, जबकि बातें बेसिक ही होती. So that, right? So the syllabus is not very well defined, though there are certain broad areas, right? And you need to really work a lot on your strengths and weaknesses both. So strengthen your strengths, improve on whatever drawbacks you have. Do a lot of mental calculation. Practice questions every day. Yeah. While giving the examination, scan through the whole paper, pick questions. Oh, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll leave those as. So it should be like that. Pick easy ones, leave tough ones. If you know this year, CAT 2025, there were 68 questions. If you multiply it by 3, that is 204 marks. So out of 204, somebody who scored 84, 85 in total 84 marks out of 204 total marks. The person got 99 percentile. I repeat, 84 out of 204 gave around 99 percentile this year. You understand that? 84 is less than 50% of 204. But still, you get a 99 percentile. So exam is not about doing everything then. So the smart approaches, they're very crucial. Fine. So DI also, based on the data, you may need to answer questions. It can be based on some table. It can be based on some graph, some data given to you on routes or networking and all. You may need to figure out the answers to whatever questions are asked based on the data given, right? So logical reasoning, data sufficiency, quant, here you may need a lot of time to work on different chapters actually. So there are different chapters. So you have to really work on those chapters. Fine. In English, as I told you, you'll have to develop proficiency in reading, understanding. You need to enhance your vocabulary. You need to go through a lot of words, basic grammar. So there again, uh, an early bird or a person who has ample time definitely will have advantage for sure. So for a regular practice, one has to refer to the booklet, solve questions, and also as a probably strengthening exercise, one has to read a lot and read diverse. So reading a lot and reading more and reading diverse is like general guideline. But solving passages and doing questions of VNRC is a specific thing which I need to do. So I need to balance both actually every day. So then only you'll see the improvement. Right? So I mean, just have a look at this simple question here. It's a fill in the blank kind of a question. So see, it says it is dashed to a sensitive traveler who walks through this great town when he sees the streets, the roads, and cabin doors crowded with beggars, mostly women, followed by three, four, or six children, all in rags and importuning every passenger for alms. So, see, if you look at the whole thing over here, it gives you the negative tone actually, negative tone, the whole thing. So it is dashed to a sensitive traveler who walks through the Indian roads and see all these poverty and all these things around. So, I mean, if you look at the option there, the words are very close. Amusing. Amusing again gives you slightly a positive kind of tone, amusing or surprising or something. So out of these irritating, disgusting, and distressing. So a lot of times you would say disgusting and distressing, it means the same. But if you really look at it, if somebody is disgusted, in a way, the feeling is very negative about all this. But here it is less of disgust and more of being sad about it. Let's see what I see all around people who do not have the basic amenities. So similar meaning words, irritating, disgusting, distressing, almost they look the same. But you have to be very careful. Am I talking of I I I don't like all of these things, or is it that I feel sad about it? So that kind of analysis while solving question is required. So that brings you to distressing. It is distressing, really feeling bad, and the traveler is sensitive actually, emotional kind of person. So it'll not be irritating or amusing or disgusting. It is distressing. Right? So see, was it only about my knowledge? No, it was more about the way I look at the whole structure of the paragraph, understand the tone of it. So to understand these things, it takes time. If I mark anything wrong, I get a -1. And I have 4 options. I need to eliminate options and then get to the right answer. Right? And only grammar, if I look at, every word can fit in over here. So am I only looking at grammar? No. I'm looking at the overall reading ability of mine, overall sense of it. So then it, gives me the right answer if I look at the overall sense of it. Right? And a lot of times, the whole paragraph may not be very clear. The type of questions may be very difficult. Options may be very close. What's the guarantee that you know all these words given in the option? Even sometimes, to understand the question, I need to understand the meaning of the word. Which attitude of the credit rating agencies draws the author's flack? क्या पता क्वेश्चन यहीं तक होता, फ्लैग तक ही होता, तो कैसे पता चलता? यहाँ तो लिखा है फ्लैग और criticism, which means my challenge is to understand the paragraph, to understand the question, and also to understand the options and differentiate them. Sometimes there can be some idioms in the passage to call their bluff. So what does it mean? To belittle them. Right? So here you need that time to work on your overall vocabulary, grammar, reading, maths, different chapters, DLR, different types of puzzles. So all we try to give everything in the format of books, actually, packet we provide you. Plus tests, online, offline tests we give you so that you can, in a way, master these things. Plus the second level, of course, You need to improve your communication skills, your basic general knowledge, team building in GDs and interviews. They're very crucial. So you need to showcase those things as well. So there also you need some rigorous practice. For interviews, you need to revise your basic academics. You need to introspect and understand yourself. How do you learn to handle stress? Can you learn to handle stress in one day? Tell me. Not possible. So how do you handle stress? So you may need a series of mocks, mock interview, mock GDs, mock tests. And I tell you, there'll be no looking back. You'll be able to crack the examination. And as I told you initially, exam is not there to stop you. It is there to help you enhance yourself, your overall abilities. So key to cracking these aptitude tests is strong fundamentals, thorough knowledge, good reading speed, quick mental calculation, familiarity with the types of questions. These are the keys to cracking the aptitude tests, like CAT particularly. The more you practice, the better you become. So start planning yourself, start looking at the timeline which you have right now, prioritize things, balance your college and your studies for your preparation time. And you'll see that daily, if you're able to give around 3 to 4 hours every day for the preparation, initially till say May, June, and then after June, July, you may start giving around 6 to 8 hours till October. I tell you, more or less, it should be sufficient. Plus the mocks, the tests and analysis and the doubts. Doubts are very crucial. See, you'll come up with doubts also. You'll have to clarify a lot of doubts regularly, right? So a confident and a cool-headed person with good practice can definitely crack the examination. So the do's and the don'ts, look out for questions in your strength areas, manage your time, keep moving on, scan all the questions, pick the easy and doable ones first. Do not worry about what you do not know. If you don't know something, do not worry about that. Forget it. Leave it. Cutoffs is automatically decided. Don't think of the cutoff. Oh, cutoff last year was this. Utilize that 40 minutes per section. Give your best. You'll be way beyond cutoffs. And CAT is about changes. So change is the only thing which is constant. So don't also, get kind of threatened or worried by any change you see in the examination. Oh, this time this happened or that happened. That's fine. Be ready for those kind of changes. Right? So you need to work with the mentor. You need to plan yourself, have a plan, have a backup plan, and regular practice can help you sail through this examination. So I hope you understood the overall syllabus. I hope you understood why one has to start early, because though the syllabus may not be huge, but the idea is that the kind of skill which is required takes time. So for that, you need to slowly work on those skills. Right? I hope more or less it's clear that why one should start early and what are the advantages of starting early for the CAT preparation. So gear up, guys. Start early. Start the preparation. So best of luck. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.